Yo, haha, Magnificent.
What is good, YouTube? Your boy Magnificent coming back with another sneaker review, and today we got the Yeezy 700 V3 Fade Salt. Now, I was one of those ones when I saw it online, I was not really a fan, but sometimes the pictures you see online doesn't do it justice once you get it in hand. Not going to waste your time. We're going to get straight into the shoe, and I'm going to show you why there are some benefits to the shoe, even though it doesn't have the Yeezy boost that we're so accustomed to seeing in the Yeezy 350 model. So let's get kind of into it, because in this review, I'm not showing you the box and all that stuff. I'm going to show you some stuff that's actually valuable so you can understand why they created the Yeezy 700 V3 series to begin with. Of course, size 13, big boot gain. Shout out to Shoe Palace for sending this out. Now, let's get straight to the shoe. Hopefully this box doesn't make the fart sound. It always does when I open it up, at least close it. But, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. And I'm going to show you exactly what this shoe reminds me of momentarily. So let me take this shoe out. And up, heard something fall. And of course, slide out box. Hold on. Put this in. No fart sound. Throw the box inside because it actually does come with extra laces. Get to that momentarily. Here we go right here. We got the Yeezy 700 V3 Fade Salt. This shoe, in my opinion, seeing this for the first time, looks nice. It actually reminds me of the Yeezy 700 V3. I think it was the Azale, if not mistaken, that released in 2019. And I think it actually re-released this year, but both times I couldn't get it. Only difference is with the Azale compared to these, you'll notice that the TPU overlays on the side is actually more translucent than the Azales. And of course, the inner booty, as you can see right here, the sock liner is actually black. The tongue is black. The laces are black on the Azales, whereas this is just pure gray. And I can say, actually, I am really excited to have these in the lineup. Start with the whole features and the purpose of the shoe. It does have prime knit, but it's like a prime knit stripe that you can see right here on the underlays. And also on the overlays, it's like kind of like a light mesh. And the whole purpose of this design is breathability. So when you stick your feet in there, if you're racing, you're walking, this is the perfect shoe to keep your feet at least cool. Keep it from sweating. And it does come with extra laces. So if you don't like the infinity style laces where you feel like this is not enough support or tightness towards your foot, you can cut these out and replace them with your traditional laces that you're used to, using when you tie your shoe and whatnot. So let's just get rid of that. Now, what I'm going to do is show you kind of the inside of the shoe, because I originally thought that where the sock liner is, I thought that this was one stitched upper, but it's not. What it is that when you look at the sock liner, it's actually stitched. You can see where my fingers kind of stops. It's stitching starts right there. So it's basically the outsole. Actually, think of the upper, the mesh upper, and it's stitched into the actual boot, but it only goes this far down. So all the way down into the shoe. So it's basically, you'll see the inside, you'll see where the stitching kind of occurs, not just from the side, but also in the front area. So I felt like this was a great design, even though you don't have the Yeezy Boost cushioning on the midsole. This is all EVA foam midsole that's kind of hardened, if that makes kind of sense. And of course, when you look on the bottom, the foam is actually softened. It's softened. So you have an outer shell EVA foam that's hardened on top of an inner shell of EVA foam that's softened. You get what I'm saying? So what you see in the Yeezy slides, if you remember the Yeezy slides, that's just all foam, but there's a softer portion of it. Whereas this is, again, hardened on the outside, softer on the inside. This shoe does come with a nice neoprene design towards the tongue. And you can see that it does have 3M reflection on the design. You can see an example right here. And for those that are wondering about the whole TPU cage that you see on the outer shell of this shoe, it does glow up. If you haven't seen on my thumbnail, that is one of the things I like about the Yeezy 700 V3 series, because it gives you that futuristic design. It looks futuristic. I mean, just looking at it. Your foot can just basically slip in. And of course, on the back, it does feature the Adidas logo. And on the bottom, it actually does have a rubberized herringbone traction for stability and traction, actually stability and traction for your feet to be able to kind of stick towards the ground so you're not slipping all over the place. But one of the things that I did like, just take this out. When you look at the Yeezy, actually after you take out the Yeezy Ortholite insole, which is this bad boy right here, you can see actually right through it. So hopefully my light is just enough so you can see. Remember I was telling you, like the orange foam that's on the bottom of this portion is actually softer than the foam on the outer. But if you look inside, you can see that it's pretty much just one, kind of like a flat bed that sits within the shoe. So you can see the orange does exist there, but it's exposed at the bottom. Now, comment below and let me know what you think about the Yeezy 700 V3 Fade Salt, because again, this reminds me just too much like the Azales, but I couldn't get that shoe. That shoe for me, for some reason, I want to say 2022, which is this year, and then 2019, I just couldn't get it. And I don't know if it was due to limited availability, but it seemed like from what I saw in the sneaker community, some people did like this shoe, some people didn't like the shoe, but I've heard from a lot of people, they say they didn't like this 700 V3 Fade Salt because of what the pictures they saw online. But in seeing this up close, man, oh man, am I glad to get this in the lineup. Now, I'm actually wearing the faded carbons right here, for anybody wondering. And what I'll say, to be honest with this shoe, when you wear these Yeezy 700 V3 series, you got to kind of give it some time to get used to, especially if you're coming from the Yeezy 350 series where you're used to that Yeezy boost. Trust me when I say this, put this on a few times, go out for a walk, and you're going to feel the comfort, especially towards your knees, because you're going to get a little bounce back, especially if you're running, you're walking. Listen, this is the shoe. I actually wear the Yeezy 700 V3 series more now than I wear versus the Yeezy 350. I think the only one that I wear the most is the Yeezy 450 series that you've seen in my previous videos, but this I am glad to have in the lineup, man. Your boy Miltnificent, man. I am out for now. The Yeezy 700 V3 Fade Salt. Got to do that on feed, man. Got to do that on feed. You guys, stay tuned. Stay tuned, because next week I will be doing a giveaway. Again, thank you. We've reached 4,500 subscriptions, and we're just climbing up from there, and I greatly appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, guys, the more you guys subscribe, the more I'm definitely giving away every time this channel gets an accomplishment. Just saying. With your boy Magnificent Man, I am out for now, and you guys, stay blessed.
Anywhere you go, give it all. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
It's your boy Miltnificent and Firebox teaming up because we would like to give you guys 10% off any Firebox merchandise. All you have to do is click the link in the description below, use code MillyMilt, and you're on your way. I am out. You guys, stay blessed.